Live, local, late breaking. This is KEZI 9 News, breaking news.
And we begin tonight near the small Lane County town of Cheshire, North Lane County, and the latest on that massive manhunt for a murder suspect. Thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Templeman.
And I'm Emma Jerome. Renee is off tonight. Deputies are looking for this guy, 52-year-old Travis Crum. He's about 6 feet tall with a medium build and short gray hair. He could be driving a gold 2004 Dodge Caravan, similar to the one you see on your screen, but not that car.
We know that we have a deceased person at the property that he was by court order prohibited from being present at. We believe him to be on foot in the area. It's hard to know what his thought process is right now, and so that's why we've encouraged people to lock their doors and keep an eye out and call if they see anybody on the property.
This is also asking that you don't pick up any hitchhikers in the area or along Highway 36. They're also warning people not to approach Crum or the car.
All right, now to our other big story today. Today marking the 1-year anniversary since Oregon was placed on lockdown.
Governor Kate Brown signed the Stay Home, Save Lives order on March 23, 2020, virtually halting normal life for all of us. Here's how we brought you the news that night.
Now there it is. With a stroke of her pen, Oregon Governor Kate Brown orders 4.2 million Oregonians to stay home. Now at the time, there were 191 cases. We've now reported 162,000 in Oregon. Through it all, we've endured 2 shutdowns and countless closures and openings of our favorite places to eat, shop, and play. Businesses have had to shutter their windows and people have lost their jobs. But in that time, we've also come together and learned what it really means to support one another during a true crisis. And today, we have a vaccine for the virus, and we have hope, looking forward that the end might finally be near.
And one step towards that normalcy, Lane County is moving into the lowest risk level on Friday. It was listed as extreme risk less than a month ago. Lane County is still in moderate risk. Benton County remains in high risk. Douglas County will enter the high risk category on Friday after being in extreme risk for the past 4 weeks. Coos remains in extreme risk, one of only 2 counties in Oregon that remains in the highest risk level. We do have team coverage throughout our viewing area about the change in county risk levels.
And we start with KEZI 9 News reporter Connor McCarthy live in Eugene and showing us more about what will open as Lane County moves to the lower risk category. Connor.
Well, Matt and Emma, Lane County is the first county in our viewing area to be in the lower risk category starting Friday. Now, this means more people can attend outdoor recreation and more people can attend faith-based service. Now, the head pastor here at St. Paul's Catholic Church tells me it looks good on paper, but in reality, it all comes down to the size of the building. Starting this Friday, churches can have up to 75% capacity, but in reality, it all comes down to the footprint of the building. Father David Brown says his church still follows social distancing protocols, so the capacity is a lot smaller. He says if it was lowered from 6 feet to 3 feet, it would make a bigger difference. But despite the smaller capacity, Father Brown says more people are heading back to Mass.
They've been homebound in a cold weather climate for 3 months, and they're ready. And they want to experience the social side of coming to church, seeing their friends, being in real contact with people.
Father Brown says many of the senior citizens in his parish are still choosing to do online service, but he says they're planning on making more space available for his congregation next Sunday for Easter. And Matt and Emma, other changes include with outdoor recreation, 300 people can now do outdoor recreation. All outdoor contact sport is allowed. Bars can stay open till midnight, and limited office work is also allowed in lower risk counties. Live in Eugene, Connor McCarthy, KEZI 9 News.
All right, Connor, thank you. After a month in the extreme risk category, Douglas County is finally moving back to high risk this Friday. Many business owners are already hard at work adjusting to the modified rules.
But as KEZI 9 News reporter Avita Garza shows us, some business owners don't know what that will look like just yet.
We have a lot of changes. It's like we haven't had a metal fork in here in over a year.
It's an exciting time for Bluebird Pizza owners Rick and Tammy Webb. They say they're looking forward to the opportunity to welcome their customers back now that Douglas County is going back to the high-risk category.
Since all of that's gone away, it's been We miss our people.
Under the high-risk guidelines, restaurants can be open for indoor dining at 25% capacity or 50 people max, whichever comes first. The same rules apply to gyms and indoor entertainment facilities. The Webbs say they would like to reopen for indoor dining as soon as possible, but they still don't know what that will look like just yet.
It's been so tentative, we didn't know exactly how to make plans or what to do, but it's pretty exciting.
At 10 Down Bowling Alley and Splits Bar and Grill, owner Mariah Smith says they are wasting no time as they are reopening on Friday. She says they've had a plan in place since the first time Douglas County downgraded to high risk in January.
We're just going to pick up right where we left off. Unfortunately, it's been a whole month, but we're super excited.
Regardless of how they decide to reopen this Friday, the Webbs say they are so excited to serve their customers face-to-face once again.
The back and forth thing is hard to adjust to.
Yeah.
It frustrates all the customers.
In the last 2 weeks, the county reported 176 cases, which is what put them in the high-risk category this time around. Their risk level will be reevaluated on April 6th. In Roseburg, Evita Garza, KEZI 9 News.
Evita, thank you. And with those risk levels taking effect Friday, let's look now at the latest coronavirus numbers from Western Oregon. Benton County has just 2 new cases. Coos County only 4. 7 in Douglas County. Good numbers there. 16 in Lane and 4 new cases in Linn County tonight.
Governor Kate Brown has released a 10-point economic recovery plan to help Oregon families and businesses recover from the pandemic and the wildfires. The plan will have a specific focus on supporting BIPOC communities. The governor also outlined how the state will use the American Rescue Plan to guide local governments in making investments to benefit Oregonians. Some of the actions include supporting rural communities, investing in Oregon's infrastructure, safely reopening Oregon's economy, and much more.
Continuing coverage now on the new vaccine appointment system in Lane County. The website to make your own vaccine appointment is now live, and this news came out of Lane County Public Health Presser today. Now, once you know you're eligible to get vaccinated, you're responsible for making your own appointment. You don't need to pre-register, and this includes people who need their second dose. You can check your eligibility on our website, KEZI.com.
And the Coquille Indian Tribe is continuing its efforts to vaccinate the community. The tribe is offering vaccinations to senior citizens and teens on Friday and Sunday this week. There are some differences, though, compared to previous events. The Sunday event will be open to 18-year-olds who are still in high school, as well as senior citizens, teens age 16 and 17, and usual tribal patients as well. Both events are also open to eligible age groups regardless of where you live. Last week's event was open to Coos County residents only.
And here are the latest percentages of people by county who have received a vaccine dose in our viewing area so far. Benton County is at 28%. Lane County is up to 25%. Linn is at 20%. Coos went up 5% overnight to reach the 24% mark. And Douglas County has vaccinated 20% of its population. Every county went up by at least 1% last night, a much larger increase than usual.
Now, your first forecast with Chief Meteorologist Dylan Robichaud.
It was definitely a cold one out there this morning. The city of Eugene got down to 31 degrees last night. The average low, 38, so it was well below normal for late March standards. Tonight, it's going to be cold, but it's not going to be quite as cold as what we saw this morning. I still expect areas up near Benton County like Corvallis to get down to around freezing tonight. It's going to be a chilly one up there, but along the coast will be in the upper 30s to lower end of the 40s. I think that Eugene down the Roseburg between 30 and 35 degrees for overnight lows. Live look right now up here in Corvallis, not a cloud in the sky. A gorgeous day out there today. I guarantee you tomorrow at this time we're going to be seeing raindrops though off of that camera. On the map right now, the reason why we're sunny and dry is because off to our southwest we have a strong dome of high pressure. That's keeping the clouds away. It's also keeping the rain away too. But a bit further up to the north in the Gulf of Alaska, this is what I'm tracking. A weak system is going to slide on through tomorrow, and that will lead to the onset of some showers. By tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, we're looking at the clouds, but we're dry. As we head toward the mid-morning hours, here comes the rain at 11 o'clock, and it continues as we head toward 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Along the coast tonight, a clear night. Showers expected for Wednesday and Thursday, lower 50s for highs. And as we head into the valley and really for the Umpqua Basin too, low 50s for the next few days. It's going to be chilly, but we definitely warm up a lot for next week. I'll have a look at your complete forecast in a few minutes.
Excellent, Dylan. Thank you. The F. King Alexander era at Oregon State University came to a sudden end today. This morning, the Board of Trustees unanimously approved his resignation less than a week after they put him on probation.
KEZI 9 News reporter Jaewon Jung is live on the Corvallis campus with reaction from students and officials. Jaewon.
Matt, Emma, students I spoke to today said they're feeling more hopeful than they were yesterday. They said that Alexander didn't represent OSU's values and that a leader should be more accountable and transparent. This comes after Alexander was under fire for not doing enough during his time as president at Louisiana State, where a football coach was accused of sexual misconduct. This led many here to doubt his leadership abilities and commitment to justice. One emotional board member said this morning that OSU will never look over cases of sexual misconduct. Not now, not ever.
A lot of times things are kind of swept under the rug, and I just want to make sure you guys know that we don't do that here, and that won't be done. And as Julie expressed, there is a commitment to making sure moving forward we get it right.
An OSU official said the board will actually meet again tomorrow to discuss how to choose their next leader. For now, the provost will be taking over as interim president. However, Alexander isn't leaving empty-handed, as the board did agree to give him over $600,000 worth of compensation. OSU says they will now be focusing on what's best for their students. Live in Corvallis, Jaewon Jung, KEZI 9 News.
Jaewon, thank you very much. Big changes could be coming to Oregon's mandatory minimum sentencing law called Measure 11. A hearing took place this morning before the state legislature to examine Senate Bill 401 that would give more power to judges. KEZI 9 News reporter Kennedy Dendy breaks down the message those on both sides of the bill are demanding to get across.
Victims of crime have a right to know that they are safe from the person who committed the crime for the set period of time that they're told.
Lane County District Attorney Patty Perlow joined together with 7 other female district attorneys across the state, writing a statement in support of Measure 11.
If somebody's sentenced to 90 months in prison, the victim has a sense of relief for that period of time, that they're not going to run into that person because they know the person is going to serve every day of that sentence.
Measure 11 was first approved by Oregon voters in 1994, requiring a minimum prison sentence for the worst types of crimes like murder, rape, and kidnapping. Before that, judges had the freedom to sentence based on their discretion. Sometimes that led to prisoners being released to the community, some barely serving any time at all.
What we're trying to do is bring justice back as the way it was meant to be.
Senator Floyd Prozanski of Eugene, who sponsored Senate Bill 401, says reform is needed. And Prozanski knows what violent crime looks like. His 21-year-old sister was murdered in 1973, a victim of domestic violence. He said he's opposed Measure 11 for 26 years.
And think about yourselves. If you do a good job, you get a raise, or you may get a promotion. Why shouldn't we be allowing for those individuals that are in custody, that we want them to model the same behavior that we have on the outside by being incentivized to do better in their lives?
A 2/3 approval in the Oregon House and Senate is needed to change the law. And it's important to note that any changes would exclude murder and aggravated murder. Reporting in Eugene, Kennedy Dendy, KEZI 9 News.
The final juror has been selected in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. We'll show you the details before the trial gets underway Monday.
And flags are being flown at half-staff once again. We'll show you the response from local leaders in the wake of the Colorado tragedy coming up.